Yeah, bang bang rail. Wandsworth prison. I'm in Wandsworth. I think I'm doing about 10 months. I'm on the ones. I'm on C wing. Screws. I've done plenty of birds. Screws know me ins and outs of my record, so they really leave you alone because they know you know the score, so they leave you alone. Yeah. But Wandsworth in them times was a bit of a bad nip, but they still leave you alone. Yeah. Anyway, I'm walking about. Exercise. I go out and exercise. I'm walking in an exercise yard, and in Wandsworth prison, you always meet people that you've been in prison with before, and people you don't want to know. You know what I mean? People you think, oh, not again. You know what I mean? So I'm 19.5, 20 stone and big. I'm walking around the exercise yard. All of a sudden, I see a couple of guys that I ain't seen for years that I robbed. Yeah, that I robbed bad when I was on the pipe, when I was on the crack. So I thought, oh, what? I don't need this, you know what I mean? So they're walking around the exercise yard, and I can see them looking at me like daggers. Listen, they can't be bothering me, mate. They can't do that to me, you know what I mean? I know that for a fact, you know. But they're giving me dagger looks, yeah. So anyhow, I'm walking around, not taking notice of them. End of exercise, walking through, go to landing, or whatever it is. I'm only on the ones. Going on the ones, they're on the twos. They're looking over, they're shouting at me, we're gonna do you, you've nicked this and that. I said, whatever, go. Two sort of favourite little boys, bang up, yeah? You know what I mean? I don't give a monkey's about them. Just bang up, do your bird, son. You know, anyway, I go behind my door, tooled up, slam the door, crash. In there with a guy, and this guy ain't a bad guy, he's quite a nice fella. So, make me bed, do everything what I've got to do, and open up for dinner. Opening up, go downstairs, get my dinner, come back up. These two now, they're opening up the twos, yeah? Done the ones, opening up the twos. I thought to myself, really, I've got to sort this out. You know, I ain't going to have many opportunities. I've got to sort it out now before they bang my door, yeah? So I went upstairs. They'd gone downstairs for their food. I went upstairs to the recess. I'm waiting in the recess. I see these two come by with their trays, go in the cells, rush in the cell, bang, it's off, innit? I was a right fight with these guys. They can't, listen, they could hit me with anything. They ain't going to hurt me, mate. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, bang, bang, I've done them. I smashed them. But in a cell, you've got your trays, you've got your tables, you've got this, that, and the other. It's going to be a noise, yeah? It's going to be a noise. Crashing the bed, screaming and shouting, holding this, that, and the other. Right, bang, 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 bang. I've done them. That's my name. Bang, bang. I've done them right, mate. I smashed them to pieces. Yeah. There's all screws running around. They can hear the noise. They come in the cell. I walk out of the cell. I go, bump, crash. Come on down the chokey. I want go down the block. As I go to the centre, there's a PO there. He's gone. Take him to his cell, bang him up in his cell. He can go down to my adjudication. Don't worry about going down the block now. Bang him up now in the cell. Put me in the cell, I'm to that. Bang the door. But you know you're not going nowhere anyway. In Wandsworth, you don't go out nowhere anyway. You know what I mean? Bang the door. All of a sudden, the screw comes back with a bit of paper, adjudication. Your nicked, you know, he gives you your paperwork, tells you what you nicked for. Comes in, he said, right. He said, it's all squashed. He said they're not going to press no charges. He said we just think it's a little bit of a joke, a bit of having a laugh. No nicking. I went, all right, Gov. He said, all right, bang the door, crash. All of a sudden the door opens up again, and it's a geezer called Gary Taylor. And I know Gary Taylor from old, yeah. All right, and he comes in, and he's massive, Gary Taylor. He won the Mr. England for the strongest man, yeah? Massive screw, Gary Taylor. Check him out, Gary Taylor. He went, all right, Illy, because I'm not in old, yeah? I went, all right, Gary. He went, want a job? I went, yeah. He said, listen, how are you doing? I said, I think I was doing 10 months. He went, okay. He said, listen, get your gear packed. He said, you're going to go in the other wing, yeah? There's a wing in Wandsworth that people that got good jobs, which is, gym's a good job, yeah? People that got good jobs, libraries and all that shit, go on to this other little wing. It's only a little wing. So he took me over there, single cell, loved it, man. I thought, yes. Put me in there, didn't even shut the door. Said, well, I'll be over later. He said, do what you got to do. He said, I'm going to come and take you to the gym. Took me down to the gym. Took me down with a couple of other gym orderlies and having a chat. about what's got to be done in the morning, this, that and the other, and he's talking to me. He said, you're massive, mate. He said, how you been, mate? I said, yeah, I'm all right, Gov. He said, you're on the voids? I said, yeah, I've been on the voids. He said, you're huge, you're strong? I mean, powerful, Gov, really, really powerful. I was no good, I've never been any good on the squats, yeah, but because I was on the voids, I could still squat 500 pounds easy, yeah? I could still do 180, 200 pound the squats, easy, 200 kilo on the squats, easy, yeah? So the squats was hard for me, but easy in that respect, yeah? So I got onto the bench, I was benching easy 220 on the bench, kilos. I was repping 180s for 10s, crash, because on the voids, you're massive, you're powerful, the voids are still in the system, you know what I mean? I didn't take them, I couldn't take them, Gary Taylor never bought no drugs in for me, nothing like that. But if you're big, and she's powerful. And that takes a bit of time. Anyway, I'm pumping the weights out, walk. And Gary Taylor is so powerful, he won that competition. And they come in, the papers come in, yeah, to talk to Gary Taylor and take pictures of Gary Taylor. And Gary Taylor took pictures. I'd love to be able to find them, yeah. Gary Taylor, he took pictures with me and him together, training, yeah. We were both like lifting big weights. I think I had about 220 on the bench, yeah, 220 for a single, you know what I mean? And they was clicking it and all that. And there's a big paper. My mate Gary Francis had this big paper, yeah, and it had me and the Gary Taylor, and I was lifting, yeah. And I'd love to get hold of it, you know what I mean? But obviously, it's like everything, innit? You forget about these things. Only because last night I was on my fire stick and I put Gary Taylor in there, just thinking about him, and it come up, yeah? Yeah, man. And I wish I could have been on it. I'd love to have been on it, but I wasn't, you know? Anyway, yeah, and then I see, what's he called it? Who was it? One of the Essex boys. Who was the bully? I forget his name now. Anyway, Tate, was it Tate? I see him in Wandsworth prison. A video of him as well. He's walking around all flash with the tray in his hand and all that. Yeah, mate, big respects. In a way, he was an okay guy, you know, like in the training and all that, you know. A bit flash, but when he got on the roids, mate, that absolutely ruined him. And he got on the drugs, coke, and he made him into an animal, yeah, which it does, you know. I mean, I was on the crack really, really bad, you know, and being on the crack, on the roids, and on coke with the crack, you become an animal, mate, you know. And I don't care who you are, what you are, when you're on that gear, mate, and I was massive and I can have a right fight, you become a danger, you become really, really dangerous, yeah. That's why I think it's really, really dangerous for like people on the doors. I don't think it's so bad now because you've got to go to these training things now, haven't you? You know, and get your certificate for it. But years ago, a lot of these doormen were big, muscular guys, yeah, were on the roids. And because you're on the roids, that anger comes into you, the anger, yeah, and they're hurting kids, pulling kids about and really hurting them up, bending them up, you know what I mean? It's only the roids that make it like that. Without the roids, there'd be normal people, you know what I mean? But anyway, just a little bit about Gary Taylor and a bit about these two guys. These two guys, mate, the worst thing they ever did is show out to me in Wandsworth prison and giving me abuse and all that, this and the other, and I just smashed them to pieces. It had to be done. They ain't beating me, mate. They ain't beating me. I tell you what, when I was in prison, mate, there weren't no one beating me, mate. Anyway, bang, bang, roll, take care, and what's wrong?